Good evening and thank you for tuning into this video. So we are going to start a new section. We are going to be talking about percentages for the next couple weeks. So first off, what is a percentage? When we say percent, we are really saying per 100. For example, 1% means 1 per 100. Okay? Now, let me go ahead and move this up. Because percent means per 100, we should think that the number should be divided by 100. So whatever percent you have should be divided by 100. So 75% really means 75 over 100, or 75 divided by 100. And likewise, for the 100%, 100% is 100 over 100, or just exactly 1. 200% would indicate 200 over 100, or exactly 2. So 200% of any number is just twice the number. Okay? So we can think of, so there are three ways to represent the same thing. Okay, I want you to go ahead, as I take notes, to go ahead and write this down with me. So 1/2 can be represented in three different ways. Okay, it can be represented as a fraction. So 1/2 as a fraction would just be 1 over 2. So write that down. As a decimal, 1/2 would just be 0.50. And as a percentage, 1/2 would just be 50%. So to recap, again, these are three ways to represent 1/2. You can just have 1 over 2 as in a fraction, or you can write 1/2 as a decimal, 0.50, or you can write it as a percentage. Now notice that to go from decimal to percentage, all you have to do is move the decimal place over to the right 2 places. So 0.50 is the same as 50%. If I had 0.62, that would just be the same as 62%. So just keep in mind the similarity between the decimal form and the percentage form. Now let's talk about how to convert a fraction into percentage. I want you, with your pencil, go ahead and underline this bottom rule right here. So to write the fraction as a percentage, first you divide the numerator by the denominator. So notice when you divide the numerator by the denominator, you end up getting the fraction in decimal form. After you get it in decimal form, then you multiply it by 100. So just to reiterate, to write the fraction as a percentage, you first divide the numerator by the denominator, and then you multiply by 100. I think this will be a lot clearer after a few examples. So example 1 says write 7/8 as a percentage. So to get it in percentage, to get 7/8 into percentage form, first you have to get 7/8 into a decimal. To do that, so all you have to do is really do 7 divided by 8. Remember that the fraction bar means division. So 7/8 is really the same as saying 7 divided by 8. Now when you hit 7 divided by 8 into your calculator, you end up getting 0.875. So now we have the fraction into decimal form. Now to get it into a percentage, all you have to do is multiply the decimal by 100. Or you just move the decimal 2 places over. So 0.875 is the same as 87. So I just moved the decimal 2 places over. So it's the same as 87.5%. Okay, and that would be my answer. So whenever you are working these problems, this is how I want you to show your work, only with neater handwriting. First, I want you to write out what the fraction is, put that this is equal to 7 divided by 8, and then write how it is as a decimal, so it's going to be 0.875, and then you'll have your final answer right below the decimal. Okay, so remember, when you're doing these problems, show your work how I'm showing it right here. Alright, next, let's go ahead and try one more. The next example is to write 11/12 as a percentage. So to write 11/12 as a percentage, same thing. So 11 over 12 is just the same as 11 divided by 12. Okay? So when you do 11 divided by 12 in your calculator, you should get 91.6 repeating. Or I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. Whenever you do 11 over 12 in your calculator, you should get 0.916, but with the 6 repeating. So when you type it in, you should get 0.91666666666, and then eventually your calculator rounds off to 7. I don't want you to round off to 7 here. I want you to write it exact. So you're going to put 0.916. The 6 is the one repeating, so you just put the repeating bar over the 6. Okay? So 11 over 12 is the same as 0.91 with the 6 repeating. So now we have it in decimal form. Now to get it as a percentage, all you have to do is multiply by 100, or just move the decimal 2 places over. Okay, so 1, 2. So 0.916 with the 6 repeating is just the same as 91.6. Make sure you put the repeating bar over the 6%. And that's it. Now, for practice, I want you to try the following 3 practice problems. I want you to do A, B, and C. And you can either show your work here, you can show your work on a separate sheet of paper. But there's plenty of room out to the side if you just want to show your work around this blank space right here. It should be fairly easy. Just remember that I want exact answers. So if you get a repeating decimal, be sure to put the repeating bar over whatever number repeats. God bless you and have a good evening.